Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a good day, a bright Sunday, a day that the Lord has made that we should all be glad in it. I was looking at how the weather is, then I will know what to tell everyone on this platform. Today is another Sunday, a beautiful day, bringing to your doorsteps with health issues. What is health issues? It's a program that is highlighting on various issues concerning our health. It is creating awareness and then promoting health that will help every individual to live longer as expected, as the days that the Lord has given you on this earth. We don't want you to leave this world earlier than what is expected. We want you to enjoy the fruit of your womb, for you to see one generation to the other, and then henceforth. Today, we are here again, right at Richmond Media, bringing you another episode of health issues. Today's topic is about tonsillitis. What is tonsillitis? At the end of the day, we will get to know what it is, the signs to look out for, types of tonsillitis, causes of tonsillitis, and then how we can prevent ourselves from getting tonsillitis. And even if we have it, how we can get ourselves out of it in order to live longer. Today, once again, I have my own brother with me, Brother George Ackon. Brother George, you're welcome once again to Richmond Media.
Thank you.
How are you today and the family?
By God's grace, I'm doing well. Please, how are you too?
Just by the same grace that is sustaining us up to this time. To our viewers at this time, we want to say that you are welcome to Richmond Media Health Issues once again. Without you, it is impossible to bring this program. So, together, you and I are promoting health together, and we are at the same time creating awareness. Brother George, what at all is tonsillitis?
Okay. So you realize that this is one of the conditions that most people have been experiencing. But before that, we want to again thank our viewers and our lovely listeners as well for how far you always spend time towards this program. And as you rightly said, we need to always create awareness. And after awareness being created, the next one is that for us to have good health. And whenever we are having good health, it will help us to be able to also um, keep on doing our daily activities. When we talk about tonsillitis, the first thing to come in mind is the tonsils, which is part of the human system. When you talk about the tonsils, they are two oval shaped glands that can be located at the back of the throat at each side. So it's located at the back of your throat, in that two sides of your throat. Yes. So they also form part of the lymphatic system. When we talk about the lymphatic system, it's a system that helps keep fluid in balance. So if your lymphatic system is not working well, it means you can be having some edema, like swelling of the feet or the arm, which means the channel, the tube in which fluids needs to pass through, and its work is to maintain the fluid in you so that you will not have over or under is being affected. Another thing of the lymphatic system too is that it helps you to fight or defend the body against infection. So if the tonsils forms part of this lymphatic system, it means that it plays a role, but by fighting against infection. The main function of the tonsils is to trap virus or bacteria or other harmful microorganisms. Microorganisms means that organisms or germs that are not needed at a particular place, but when it chances its way and want to pass through your mouth into your system, or you want to pass through your nose into your system, these tonsils work by trapping it and not allowing it to get into your system. So when it's working properly, it means your body, it will produce an antibody that will help fight against infection. But we will talk about tonsillitis when these tonsils has been overcome by the bacteria or the germs or the infectious process, then making it inflame, meaning becoming like big because of the inflammatory process, then we will add the itis to it to mean tonsillitis, which means inflammation of the tonsils. And the tonsils plays a role by giving your body's immune system to fight against infection. So when you want to talk about tonsillitis, this is the overview of the tonsillitis. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother George, for giving us the overview of tonsillitis. Now that we understand or we are aware of what tonsillitis is, what are some of the signs and symptoms that we should be looking for in case, because not all of us know what it is. So some of us that don't know what it is, and now that you have made it aware to us, sometimes when some signs just come along, you might think that it's a different condition or a different disease or illness. But what do we have to know so that when we are on the edge or getting tonsillitis, we can quickly know that this is what is coming up so that we can seek for help from the medical professionals. Thank you.
Okay. So any condition, when there is a disorder in the system, your body system tries to give you some clues, and those are the signs and symptoms that we need to look out for when it comes to tonsillitis. So some of the signs and symptoms pertaining to tonsillitis are as follows. Initially, you have cold. That's for the rich men, and catarrh for those who are not having money. So the poor people catarrh and the rich men cold. Then you might be having fever. Why? Because you see the germs has get its way into the tonsils and is fighting its way out to be able to cause further infection. So per the process, you will be having some feverish. That's the fever that you have. Then you might be having cough because we have talked about its location within the throat. So if it's located within the throat or at the back of the throat, you will definitely have issues trying to cough it out. So people experience cough. Some other people experience cough. Then in extreme cases too, you begin to be having throat pain or throat tenderness is another sign. So not all sore throat and co means that you need to go and buy anything. No, there are different cases that the signs resemble each other. So with tonsillitis, you have throat pain. Then also with it, when the person is being assessed, assessment means when an individual is being assessed, open your mouth, then we want to just visualize to the back of the throat. You realize that there will be some yellowish or whitish coating at the tonsils. So it's like you having some sore in your mouth. At times you realize that when you open your mouth, like the gum aspect, you see some yellowish or some whitish swelling there. That same thing that occurs at your tonsils. So you, per visualization, when we are assessing, you realize that there is some yellowish or whitish coating of your tonsils. So it's also another thing. And because it comes from the throat and there is a pain, there is an infection there, you might have bad breath. Bad breath. So when the person is breathing on you, because there is an inflammatory process ongoing, you see that the scent is not pleasant. So that's also another thing. And because of that, you will also experience difficulty in swallowing, because for you to be able to take food into your stomach, it needs to pass through your throat. You need to swallow. And when that place is inflamed, there will be difficulty in swallowing or painful swallowing. So that one too is another aspect. And most of the times, due to that, even some people swallowing just even water becomes a problem. So you see excess salivation, saliva. So they, when they want to swallow, it becomes a problem. And also they want to just mostly bring it out. So excess salivation, like a pregnant woman who has accumulated saliva in the mouth. So that's also another sign. Then because the throat, the side locate or close to the ear, in other individuals too, aside the throat pain, they also mostly have ear aches. Ear aches. So it's another also sign. Then talking becomes problematic here. So voice, there will be problem with the voice. So whenever we are experiencing a problem like sore throat, throat pain, then difficulty in swallowing, bad breath, and those stuffs, we need to take into consideration that these signs might suggest tonsillitis. Upon further investigation, that can rule out to be like this one is just normal sore throat or just a normal cold you will be experiencing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, brother. Now, some of us can pick it up when tonsillitis is approaching us, especially when the weather changes. That's when most of us experience that. But it can happen at any time. It doesn't matter what the weather is. Now that we know the signs and symptoms of it, that we can identify it, what causes tonsillitis at all? Or we can have the types of tonsillitis, and then you give us the causes in addition to that. Thank you so much, brother.
Okay, so with this tonsillitis issue, you realize that you will not get it at once. So we have the types of tonsillitis. So with the types of tonsillitis, we will talk about the acute tonsillitis. With the acute, we are saying that it just occurs suddenly. So you are there. Then just as we are talking now, all of a sudden, you begin to be experiencing sore throat. When that occurs, then we will classify it as you having tonsillitis. But in this case, it's the acute form of the tonsillitis. Then we have the chronic tonsillitis. With chronic tonsillitis, this is where a recurring form of the previous tonsillitis. So a recurring form of tonsillitis that occurs and there is persistent inflammation of the tonsils, then we can describe that one as chronic tonsillitis. Then also we have what we can call it as peritonsillar abscess. Peritonsillar abscess. And with studies, this peritonsillar abscess is a more severe form of the tonsillitis that occurs when an abscess forms near the tonsils. So when there's an abscess that has formed near the tonsils, then we will term it as peritonsillar abscess. So we shouldn't let the name just discourage us or be a humorous name. No, but peri is just the both, then tonsils, tonsillar, tonsils, abscess that is forming just near or close to the tonsils. That's also, and when it happens, you have severe throat pain, fever, difficulty in swallowing. Then the signs we've talked about also comes in. So that one is another form that we can talk about. So we have the acute, the chronic, and the peritonsillar abscess, then recurrent tonsillitis. These are some of the types of tonsillitis. Then you ask of the causes.
Yes, I did. Hold on for me, please, before you
Okay.
bring in the courses. Brother George Usubequin says, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, brother, for always making time for us. Uh, Brother Joshua Gala also says, watching you live from the United States of Amphiga.
Amphoiga.
Amphiga
Yeah, it
is
is the
in the
Buba
vault.
region.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, brother. I didn't know about this. So, Amphwaga people, we say, shout out. And we continue to say that. Thanks very much for the information. Thank you so much, brother, for spending your time with us this afternoon. Indeed, it is a great time and it is a great program to have you supporting us. Anyone watching us, please don't forget to share the program to others for others to join us, your family members, your friends, and whoever that you can reach. And please don't forget to subscribe and to share the program. Press on the notification bell so that whenever there is a program on this platform, you will get the reminder. Thank you so much, brother. We're waiting for you to give us the causes of tonsillitis.
Okay, so before we talk about the causes or the risk factors, you realize that one, tonsillitis is primary transmitted through respiratory droplet. When we talk about respiratory droplet, we are talking about any fluid that comes within or from the respiratory system. So a droplet can be the spread from the cough or someone sneezing or even talking to you. So with these droplets of the infected person, you can have the chances or it increases your risk of getting access to this. But with the causes, we have bacteria infection. Bacteria infection. And with the bacteria, it can, which means that it can be caused by a bacteria. Then another aspect is that it can be caused by virus. So either through the viral or bacteria medium. So we need to also check it out. And due to that, that's why we have the itis, that is inflammation. So the risk factors, you realize that individuals, one, when we talk about age, tonsillitis is most common in children and teenagers, although it can affect all ages. But when we want to think about the common in its occurrence, you realize that it's mostly occur averagely mostly in children than the aged. So that's also another risk factor. The next one is that low or weakened immune system. Already we are saying that the tonsils forms part of your body's defense organs that helps you fight against infection. So for you to get it, it means that when you have low or weakened immune system, that can predispose you or you will be susceptible to this condition. We need to also take note. Then also individuals who are close, having close contact with those suffering from this tonsillitis, because as I'm close to Sister Hanna and I am having such condition through my cough or when I sneeze on her, through that she is at risk of getting this condition that we are talking about. Poor hygiene is it also plays a major role, such as not washing the hands regularly. So due to that, you carry bacteria from elsewhere, and as you are eating with the hand, with disinfected hand, you introduce a bacteria into the system. And when it gets to the tonsils, it wants to take it out. By taking it out, due to that inflammatory process, you might get what we call the tonsillitis. So we need to also take note of it. And crowded environment. Individuals living in a crowded environment, because due to that, some people like the school children and that's why it mostly occur or most commonly occur through our children. because overcrowded, sneezing on each other, talking on each other, coughing on each other can predispose us to this condition. So whenever we are facing these challenges, or we highlight any sign we have mentioned, then we note how is it linking to whatever we are talking about. Then these are some of the possible causes or some of the things that can predispose or have this.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it is the network. Sometimes I would say mostly. Sometimes Ghana network really gives us a bit of a shake, but we are not shaking at all. We are still standing firm. So, Brother George, please, you may continue. Thank you.
Okay, so as I was saying, you realize that individuals who falls under these risk factors we've mentioned, the age aspect. So it means we need those who are neglecting the hygienic way of their children and tapping anything, putting in mouth, they are at risk of getting this tonsillitis. Those individuals who are not eating a lot of variety of, which means it will weaken your immune system. And when infection or a germ want to get its way, chances into your system, and it's passing the route through your mouth or through your nose, your tonsils is at risk. You need to also pay close attention onto. So through the virus, bacteria, or this lifestyle, we can be at risk of tonsillitis. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother George. I always want us to go together with our viewers and listeners so that they will know that they are part of the team, that we are all spreading the news together. Brother George Usubequin says, name, meaning you, George Ackon. Um, you are supporting my sister with the popular towns in your area. Thanks for that. And Monkey says, Sister Akos invited me. Thank you so much, Monkey, for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for supporting us. And Monkey continues to say that a great program. Thank you, all our listeners and viewers. Please don't forget to just drop a comment and we will definitely acknowledge you because we really, really appreciate your time and support this afternoon. If you have any question at all that you want to ask concerning this topic, you can bring it out. Brother George, if that is the case, now that we know the causes of tonsillitis, now how can we prevent, or what are the preventative measures or preventive measures of tonsillitis? Thank you so much.
Okay. So since we have known the root, so always before our viewers and our listeners will be able to prevent themselves from a condition as we are talking, you need to know the medium of the disease occurring. Therefore, we've talked that individuals who get encounter through a droplet from an infected person can predispose you to this condition. Therefore, we need to talk about cough ethics or hygiene. Beloved, do not be coughing in your mouth, or when you are amidst people, do not be sneezing on them or coughing on them. When you do that, at times you might be having some bacterial infection or a viral infection through your act. You prone or you let the one closer to you be at risk of such condition. So whenever we are coughing, you get a nice handkerchief or a nice tissue, you cough into it, know how to cover it and how to discard it if it's a tissue. Then whenever you are coughing and you realize it's an emergency, but there's no, so you just want to come, don't cough into your palms or your hands, but rather just use or cough to your elbow. That's also another medium. Then also let our hygiene be important, hand hygiene specifically. Whenever we go to town comes in, we need to wash our hands. Whenever we get something and about to eat, we need to wash our hands. Whenever we sleep and wake up, we need to wash our hands, because most people, when they sleep, where their hands passes before it reach the day, no one can bear witness to that. So whenever you wake up, let's take note and wash our hands. Whenever you visit the washroom and come back, don't take it like only. We have some people that only public washrooms that they use to wash their hands when they return. They forget that their WCs at their own house to contain some germs. So whenever you come out of your washroom, you need to maintain your personal hygiene through that. Then oral hygiene. Oral hygiene here means that let the brushing of our teeth also be of importance, because when you get oral infection through that medium, you will be at risk of this condition. Then hydration. Let's be hydrating ourselves. Hydration here means taking in a lot of water. A lot of water in varieties will help you, or in bits, but the quantity in bits. Do not wait to be tasty before you begin to be drinking water. And if you are suffering from this condition too, as part of your hydration, you at times do what we call the warm salt water gargling. That's where you warm water, you add little salt to it, you put in mouth. You are not swallowing, but you put in mouth and you gargle with this warmness. It will help you fight this condition as we are talking about. Then, because it can be a bacterial, through bacterial infection or bacterial medium, let's make sure that issues like the turmeric, like the ginger, they are all natural antibiotics. Like the cloves, they are all natural antibiotics. Let's be taking them in variety. You can be taking them as form of tea, like ginger tea, turmeric tea, to help us and to help fight the bacteria as well. Then let's have time to rest, to build our immune system, so that our immune system will not be weakened for us to be predisposed to this. Then I always say, wherever you find yourself, any country you find yourself, any town you find yourself, there are variety of fruits there. There are varieties of vegetables there. Let's be eating them in variety. Don't wait until you have this condition before you begin to be eating, let's say, a fruit or a vegetable. But let's be eating them in variety, so that it will build our immune system to be able to prevent ourselves from this condition. And even if we have encountered this condition called tonsillitis, how we will build the immune system, or our immunity, will help us to be able to overcome the complication of this condition. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother George, for taking us through this topic, tonsillitis. Before, when we get some of these symptoms and signs and symptoms, we didn't even know that that is relating to tonsillitis, or it relates to our tonsils. But today, you have given us the overview, the signs and symptoms, types of tonsillitis, causes of tonsillitis, and then the preventive measures of tonsillitis. You don't like this, what else would you prefer to have? To our viewers and listeners, we thank you so much for how far you have also been with us, taking us through. The moment one of us is leading the program, it's not only us. Once you are following, you are also part of it. So from today, we are encouraging you. If you have a special request or a topic that you think you will benefit from it, don't forget to pop it on the in the comment section. We will pick it up and then we will discuss it with you. Otherwise, you can call Richmond Media number, and then we'll be able to uh, pick the topic up and then we discuss it. So please, we are working together with you, not only us. So let us know your views and concerns as well. Um, this afternoon, I want you to know that if you are sending money from Ghana, from the US or UK to Ghana or Nigeria, it's one company that I recommend to you. Don't forget, those in Nigeria and Ghana, they think we are the only one that have to send the money. Sometimes they can also do it otherwise. We will take it though.
Sure.
But at the moment, it is from UK to UK and US to Ghana and Nigeria. It's OAP. OAP, as soon as you put it through to us, we send it to your family and friends instantly. There is no time to waste. Is it for school fees? Is it for feeding fee? Is it for hospital bills? Or are you embarking on any projects that you would like to send the money through us because you've tried other companies that have not been faithful to you? But OAP, as soon as you put it through, we send it to your family and friends. So please come through us. You can get OAP from App Store or Google Play, and you'll be able to use it straight away. On your first transaction, I recommend you to use a coupon code called RICHMO, RICHMO. That will give you the opportunity to have £10 or 10 pounds or $10 free of charge. Even if you are in any part of Europe, EU, you can also get your 10 euros from it. So try us today and you will share the news with others. The benefit that OAP can give it to you and your family. If you want to pop any comments, even in Chi, a language that I understand, don't worry, just pop it there. I'll be able to translate it for us to give you the answer or the feedback of whatever that you put it on there. Brother George, today has been a very great day. What would you summarize the whole topic so that people will get the gist of it? Thank you.
Welcome. So, as you rightly said, the three of us are hosting the program and are doing this program. The host, the facilitator, and you, the viewer. And if you are listening, you, the listener. So, as you also bring your question, or as you also bring your topic that you wish we can treat it fast for you, you can just, as she said, give it out and we will present it for you, specifically for you because you are the third person and your health is important to us. So, in a summary of today's lesson, we've known that the body needs some things to be able to fight infection from its system. And God did not disappoint us by creating something we call the tonsils for us. And these tonsils helps prevent the body from infection. But due to some activities, these tonsils can be weakened or overtaken by the bacteria or the virus. Then we have what we call the tonsillitis. Mostly people initially will handle the tonsillitis as normal sore throat, normal cold, normal fever. Then it aggravates, which means it increases to the severest form, to the point that they will not be able to swallow, they will not be able to talk. And that's where they will think is very severe. But I want to urge each and everyone that most of the signs resembles each other. So far as Sister Hanna had a condition relating to the throat and he used some things and it helped her, doesn't mean that if I'm also having the same thing, I should use what she used when she was having the throat issue. But rather, let's prove further. And upon a proper investigation can help us know the exact cause and condition. Then we will know how best to tackle it so that it will not increase to affect our swallowing and our speech. But in that case, individuals in the house who have also acquired or have this condition, it's never too late. Although you are passing through series of pains, but let's be reminded that no matter how it is, begin to be drinking water. And when you are drinking, you might be feeling pains, but begins to be sipping it. Then in that case, to begin to be using the warm water as you are not able to swallow, put a towel in it, then apply at your neck area. Then let's see how God will, through it, also perform the magic. And let's actively be eating the natural spices because it contains, it serves as antibiotics, which will fight against bacteria. Some also serves as antiviral, which will fight against virus. and let our hygiene be of our priority. But don't wait for a condition to pop up before you begin to be washing your hand. But above all, note that your health is your choice, but not by chance. So as you choose to do good, you get a good result. But as someone choose to do good, you will not benefit from his result, but you also benefit from your result. But it's our wish that you, our viewer or our listener, get better health so that you can go on with your daily activities, and every Sunday we can meet again and you will be our third person to also help with these fantastic health issues for us to promote good health. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother George, for your time and your love for Richmond Media. Without you, this program is impossible to get different people, different day. But Brother George has taken his time to support us whenever he is needed. He is here. He is spreading the word of God. People don't know that these are the channels, a way to also do God's work, but they think when you just mount the pulpit, when you are only in the church building, that's where we do God's work. But here is part of it. Wherever you are, you spread the word of God through your profession. And this is what Brother George is doing at this moment. So, to our viewers, without you, this program is impossible. Therefore, we say thank you so much for how far you have taken us through up to this point. There is one more. Joshua Gala says the rise of alcohol and drug use is common among the youth of these days. Can you use your platform to educate we, the youth, on the dangers and bad effects of drugs? Thank you. Yes, Brother Gala, thank you so much for this. We will put it in our book and then we will tackle it. Thank you for giving us. It's really very important topic, the dangers and bad effects. Yeah, bad effects of drugs. Yeah. Thank you. We will tackle that. Brother George will also take into consideration and then we will prepare a topic on that. So please, Brother Joshua, don't forget to stay with us all the time, mostly within your scope, so that you don't miss this topic that you have shown interest in it. To everyone on this platform, we say, may God bless us the same time again next week. Health issues will be coming to your doorsteps at the same time, 2:30 to 3:30 UK time. And then after this program, there is another program that follows, which is from the beginning. Please don't miss that one, because this today we have a very important topic, bringing it to you, an experienced man, which will give us his life journey up to this time. Brother Joshua says, thanks very much. I am really grateful. And maybe that day you might join us. You will be one of our guests on the program so that you also contribute to what we are going to discuss. Brother George will keep in touch with you and then he will make appointment with you so that we do the topic together. Brother George, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's a nice suggestion. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So until the same time again, health issues. Brother George, it's really been without you, this program, I don't know what to say. And I know our viewers will permit us to say that indeed you have been good to us, to this platform, and to Richmond Media as a whole. I'm just trying to see what I can, yeah, what we can do. Okay, that's fine. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
There is a way you What